Hey YouTube, I just figured I'd make a video tonight of me doing a 2-inch body lift on the new Nissan Frontier 2022 model from Z1. I'm going to go through it tonight, put it on, and tell you what hurdles, what struggles I've come into. I've already started by taking off the front grille. I have Raptor lights and a camera because I have the Pro 4X. So you do have to take those off, obviously, just unhook them. I got a winch inside there, and it looks like, sorry for the poor camera, it looks like I got the 2 holes right there that I'm just gonna have to move this up to here, and that shall deal with the 2-inch body lift. But I got a 12,000 pound winch. That's really gonna be the struggle for me because the winch is already in there, and it's gonna be, that was already heavy, a bumper. So it's going to be interesting trying to get a jack under there somehow to lift it. But we're going to try it and we'll go from there. I got a buddy coming over. He's going to help me out. So if you see my buddy Aaron, he's going to be helping me out, and we're going to get this thing done tonight. Oh yeah, the other thing. Next thing I'm going to start working on is I'm going to start working on this radiator. They say you got to drain it and put on a new hose, and I'm gonna do that right now and try to get it done so that literally I don't lose much. They said you just only have to drain a little bit out of it. I'm gonna see how much I have to drain out of it. Honestly, I might just have my buddy hold his hand over one plug and then the other plug while I'm getting the clips on the new hose and go from there. I don't know. We're gonna see if it works. If it does, I'll let you guys know. If it doesn't and I make a huge mess, you can just laugh at me. All right, cheers. So we discovered something. As long as you have a cold intake or a cold engine, not hot, you can unhook the top hose and it doesn't really leak because the water's not coming up high enough. And so really all you gotta do is sandwich on the bottom hose real quick. Have somebody cover it with your hand, and after that, it goes right on. Like, you just slip it on real quick. I think I lost maybe like 4 ounces of water or 4 ounces of antifreeze. So, pro tip, just have somebody put their hand over the hole. Plumbing. All right, guys, so pretty straightforward install. Overall, it was everything they said that you need to disconnect, you do. There was no missing issues. You don't need to disconnect the power steering. You don't need to, I mean, like lifting the back, if you have 4 buddies, it'll make everything easy because all they'd have to do is lift up all 4 corners. And 2 people can do 2 sides or lift up the whole bed. It's pretty light. But other than that, moving this bumper from Z1 was a disaster. I had to cut 1 bolt off. So I'm gonna be calling Z1, seeing if they can send me a new one or send me 2 new bolts for the bumper because one of them was extremely stripped out. The other one was so stripped out that I had to cut it with a grinder. If you want to talk about scary, try holding a grinder next to your radiator and not hitting your winch either. Oh my God, my butthole was thoroughly puckered. But overall, it looks great. I'm gonna get some shots in the morning. It, no doubt, I mean, it clears so much room for tires. So I'll be excited to see. I'm 285, 70 R17s right now. I'll be excited to see if I can fit 33, 12, 15, or 1250s, 17s on there. That would be fantastic. Just some Yokohama badass looking things, but the stance on it alone makes a world of difference. I get really upset because my buddy has a Toyota Tacoma and he lifted his 3 inches. I lifted mine 2.5. Shouldn't be that significant of a change, like difference between height, and it was extremely significant difference. One thing I will say is 100%. It would be 100% easier with a body or a floor lift. So if you want to pay somebody to do it, I wouldn't say it wasn't worth it. Especially if you got that fucking bumper in the front. That thing is heavy as fuck, with a winch on it. But other than that, very smooth running. Like I said, I plugged those 2 holes on the radiator with my buddy's hands. He just held them there for a minute. I put the new hoses on with the clamps, the same clamps, and I lost a little bit, so I was like, I'll just throw it in the reservoir, and I'm about to crank her up, make sure that she runs good, but I'll give you a overall look in the morning. Cheers. Well, there it is, boys, all lifted. It's got all the spacers in. Just to walk you guys through where they are. They're gonna be here. There's one right under here. There's another one here. Another one here. And then the 2 in the back. There's one over here and one over there. Like I said, not horrible. The block spacers were pretty easy. These just kind of sit in there. They don't really screw to anything. But those are your regular spacers right there. Oop, I need to tighten that a little bit. But otherwise, yeah, pretty, I don't want to say easy. It was kind of an in-depth process. The big issue was when I lifted my grill, or sorry, not my grill, my bumper. I had 2 cross-threaded bolts. Luckily they were on the bottom, and I even had to cut one out with my grinder, which is, I think I covered that before, super sketchy and not very fun on my behalf, but I got it done. There is a little bit of a gap here between the regular skid plate and the actual bumper, so I'll have to either invest in the Z1 skid plate or something else. It's not horribly noticeable, but I could possibly fix that too. I could just cut and weld that spot on, but yeah, the overall stance I love that it's higher. Let me get a tape measure. All right guys, so to the wheel well, we're at 38 inches, right at 38 inches. That's on the front. One thing I didn't go over is what all I already have. I have a 2.5 inch spacer lift from Z1 and All Dogs upper control arms for the extra lift. And then I'm running 285 70 R17s with 2-inch spacers coming off of the for the wheel hubs. So it gives it a little wider of a stance. It's kind of like a fake Titan swap, not quite a real one. I eventually, I don't know, I might go to a Titan swap eventually. It's so damn expensive. Next big purchase is, I think I'm gonna do 2.5 inch, or the Fox 2.0s on the front side from All Dogs. I do have a little bit of rubbing, I believe, just in here. I've already cut quite a bit out, and I left the wheel wells out just because honestly they were barely hanging on. I could probably get some new ones, or just get some new push pins for them and call it a day. But overall, I think she came out killer. I think it looks good. I think it was very difficult. So if you want to get somebody else to install it for you, it's probably worth your time. The other thing is, I have on here, I've installed the spacer in between your bumper and the tailgate. So when you raise this, the bumper stays the same, doesn't go anywhere. And then you put this little fascia that I won the whole lift from Z1 Off-Road's open house. I highly recommend you guys go there if you can. But standing away from it, it's not horribly noticeable, but they're coming out with a new bumper that will raise this up 2 inches, so you can integrate your sensors and everything like that, and then also integrate your hitch and all that, and it will be a lot better than it was. So it'll look more natural. So other than that, love it. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. It wasn't very much in-depth in hand stuff, but a lot of this was me cussing and swearing anyway, and you don't want to hear that. It's just a bad look. Oh, I did have one casualty. I tried to pop off these grill lights, or I tried to pop off the grill and without unhooking my Raptor lights, and unfortunately we had 2 fatalities of those 2. They pulled the wires straight out of the crimped parts. So I was like, well, they're like 20 bucks on Amazon, I'll just replace them. So I have the Tacoma grill lights, and then I have adapters inside of the grill that will fit the Tacoma, and I kind of like it inset like that instead of the outset ones that come from Z1. So, but other than that, pretty happy with it. Cheers, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. Give it a like if you want to.